Good morning, Washington, D.C., social media. Welcome to Game Line Super Bowl edition. My name is Earl Rush, and I'm here with my friend Larry Abrams. Larry, how are you today?
Hey, brother Earl, I'm fine. How about you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So it's the end of the year, and we're going to we're going to give our predictions on the final game of the year, and we're going to talk about what each one of us think the keys to the game are, who's going to win. And I know you're busy, Larry, but we're going to try to bring in a little prop bets as well.
Yo, brother,
Okay.
take your time. I got as much time as you need.
Okay. Let's start off with who do you think is going to win the game? Let's get straight to the point.
Straight to the point. I've gone back and forth on this. It's almost like it seems like fate that Cincinnati will win. They've beaten the number one seed in the AFC on the road. They beat the number two seed on the road after beating the number two seed a few weeks before the playoff game, and now they get the top seed in the or the survivor of the NFC on the road, so to speak. So all signs, if I follow trends, if I were to believe in the trends, I would go with Cincinnati. However, I think Cincinnati will be challenged with their offensive line's inability to protect their quarterback, and the Rams have a lot of stuff on defense that they have to contend with. So I'm going to go with the Rams.
Okay. All right. I we're not going to disagree. I'm not going to disagree with you on this one. I think your keys are the same as my keys. I don't believe that the Cincinnati offensive line can hold back the Rams defensive line. Not this week. I think the Rams were fired up. The situation cannot be any better than on the home stadium. It's not freezing, it's not snowing. Actually, it may be a bit warm out there. Tell me the temperature's like 87 or something, but whatever. They're grown men, they'll be all right. I don't think that everybody's thinking that Cincinnati's receivers are better than the Rams receivers. Their combination, I don't see that. That Cooper Cup is something else, and I think the fact that they're utilizing Odell Beckham, which Cleveland wasn't, is a smart move on the part because that guy's talented. Say what you want to say about him. That guy's talented. It's just sometimes you have to be in certain situations, just like I used to talk about the Rams quarterback Stafford can play, but he was with the Lions. He needed to be with somebody that can play. Odell needs to be with a team that know how to utilize him. The guy's very talented. I'm looking at the Rams winning by 10 today, Larry.
Wow, that's a pretty big spread for a pro team.
What I think is going to happen, the Rams are very good as far as scoring on their first drive. I think the Rams are going to get the lead, couple of touchdowns up, and Cincinnati will not be able to hold them off balance with the run game because they're going to be a little bit behind. And that's just going to open up the floodgates for the Rams offensive line to cause havoc with Joe. I know Joe's very cool and everything, but I'm going with the Rams. That Rams defense is tough. That's all I got to say.
One thing I think that's important is if the Rams will run the ball. I noticed Kansas City ran the ball on first down a lot, got 8 or 9 yards, and then they would just start throwing. The Rams seem to run it a little more. Now, they had problems holding on to the ball against Tampa, which I think they had 4 turnovers that game. But I think if they can run the ball, they have a good chance of it might not be as close as some people think. But I think the passing offenses are pretty equal. I think when I look at the receivers and quarterbacks, it's pretty equal, but the defenses are not equal. And that's really, I think, it's going to be the difference.
Exactly, all right. That's exactly. So, what did you think about the year, the football season this year?
Well, I think this was the longest season. I guess they added another game. I think the playoffs were dynamite. I think it was a lot of competitive balance. After we got past the first round of the playoffs, the last few weeks were great. I thought it was great. And it seemed like any team could win, and Cincinnati wins that'll prove that. At least they have a shot at it.
Yeah. So were you surprised by the performance of Patrick Mahomes in last week's game?
I'm not going to beat up on Patrick. I'm more of the school that the Bengals made adjustments and beat them, and they did
Okay.
practically the same thing in Week 17. Week 17, they held them to 50 yards in the second half. Last week, or 2 weeks ago, they held them to 55 yards in the second half.
Okay. All right.
I think it was a team thing, not just Mahomes. He was off on some passes, no doubt, but
Right.
and they probably should have lost the week before.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we both have the Rams. I have the Rams by 10. What do you have the Rams by?
Oh, I think this is going to be a close game. I think whoever wins, and I'm leaning toward the Rams. I think it'll probably be just like these playoff games, less than a touchdown. Touchdown.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I think it'll be a blowout.
Okay.
Okay. So, I was complaining when the Super Bowl was down in Miami and they had J-Lo and Shakira at the show. And, I really wasn't that impressed with that line. I'm saying, come on, man, can't we do something better than that? But it turned out that turned out to really be a good show. Shakira turned that place out. So I really like that show. I'm really looking forward to the halftime show today with Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, and Snoop Dogg. Is your son talking about that action?
We haven't had a conversation about that yet. And those people might be too old for him. He's only 25. It's whole different. Those are old school people.
Okay, yeah. But they're legends. They all them legends. Yeah. If he's into hip hop at all, he still got to know who they are.
Yeah, I wish he was here now. I'd call him in to get his 2 cents on it. I think it's great that they're having those entertainers there. But part of me is a little skeptical. And I'm only skeptical because this social justice and all. I think in one sense, it's nice. I'm happy for the performers that have the opportunity, but I'm still wondering if this is what the NFL's answer is to some of the social issues. Let's let them have halftime.
Let's let them sing for us or something like that.
Well, I mean, it's. I remember Goodell made a pact with Jay-Z when they were talking about Kaepernick, and Kaepernick still never got a job.
Right. Okay.
I'm looking at it kind of cross-eyed. I'm happy for the entertainers. I think it'll be gret, but
right.
I can't. I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to be Debbie Downer, but it's in the back of my mind.
No, I understand. Shoot, but let's go over a couple of props, Larry. We're gonna wrap it up. I know you got things you have to do. I gotta go take a nap because I'm old, but.
Well, I'm just waking up, so
Okay, one of the prop bets I find very interesting because he's not really a runner, even though he did run last week. The over-under for rushing yardage. This is my lock of the week. This is if you had any money you think that you could possibly lose, this is a bet you got to bet on. The over and under rushing yardage for Joe Burrow is 11.5 yards. Now, I know he's not really a runner, but he's got good athletic skills. And the way I see the Rams coming after him today, I think he's going to escape somewhere or another and run for over 11.5 yards. I'm going with that bet. Would you go over or under on that bet, Larry?
I think I go with you. I think normally it's not his inclination to run at all, but they're going to have so much pressure on him. It might be a result of circumstances. And if he can escape from them 2 or 3 times, he should get 11 yards.
That's what I'm saying, Larry. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Odell Beckham, over 5.5 catches.
Wow.
Over and under. What do you like?
So that means he has to get at least 6 if I go over. I'll probably go under on that.
Okay.
I'll give them
I'm
5.
gonna, let me write these down, Larry. So well, we won't be back to next year. It won't be important, but just for personal bragging rights, we'll remember.
Uh,
I'm gonna take. I'm
I
gonna
will
take Odell.
stipulate. I will stipulate that you're entitled to all the personal bragging rights this year. You've proven that you are the champion, so But you can write it down. I'll stand behind my
Yeah,
pick anyway.
right now. I'll take Odell Beckham over 5.5 yards. I think he's going. I think he's going to have a big game. That's another thing why I'm not trying to pull for Cincinnati. I'm not that impressed with their defense. I know you say, and others say Cincinnati made some adjustments. I say Kansas City team was off. I'm not impressed with Cincinnati's defense at all. I'm looking for Odell Beckham to have over 5.5 catches. Okay. Next one. Joe Burrows, under 36.5 pass attempts. The over under number is 36.5. What do you think, Larry?
I'll go under.
You think he's going to have under 36.5 attempts?
Yeah.
Joe Burrows.
Only, I mean, a lot is going to depend upon how the game goes. I'm expecting a close game, so I think it may not be. Now, of course, if the Rams get ahead, he'll have no choice. But I'm looking for a close game, so.
Okay, I'll take Joe Burrows.
36. It's 36.5. Yeah, so I'll give him 36 passes. That seems like a good number.
Oh, he's definitely going over that, Larry.
Okay.
They're going to be behind most of the game. He may be close. They may have a comeback, whatever. He's still going to have more than 36.5 attempts. That's the way I see that. So we disagreed on 2 already, right?
Yeah. What about the over-under for the game? I saw that earlier in the week. It was 48.5.
Yeah, 48.5. What do you think, Larry?
I'm going to go under.
I'm going to go over. I think it's going to be a lot of offensive firepower going on in this game.
27-21, something like that. That'll put me right at the 48.
The Rams. No, I'm going over. This is going to be a high-scoring game. There's not going to be no dud.
27-20 is a pretty competitive game.
The Rams scored at least 30.
Okay.
In Cincinnati, they might score at least 30. Even though they don't have no defense, Cincinnati can score. You can't do nothing with chasing the other wide receiver. Maybe today will be the day. I don't know. I'm going over.
They didn't score that many against Tennessee. I can't remember what the score game was against Kansas City. Well, but I'm looking for the Rams defense to hold them down a little bit.
I don't know.
And the Rams quarterback can throw a couple of interceptions to keep them down. So I think all of those numbers Vegas has it. Those are all tantalizing bets. I think either way you could be all right, but I'm gonna just take the under, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm big on prop bets. I like the prop bet. I prefer to bet on the prop bets in the game. The 3 picks I made, I would have won. If I bet on all 3 games, I'm good. Now, if I put all those 3 props in the parlay, I'm really good. I just don't happen to bet on football because I don't have any money to lose, so I don't bet. I know what to bet, but I don't bet.
That 11 yards is an intriguing one, though. That's intriguing. Still there, brother? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you can see Earl. I think he may have frozen up, but of course he's a sports doctor. I'm taking a big risk going against him because he annihilated me this year with the picks. Even though a lot of those games in the playoffs, I will say they were all the way down to the last minute, the last play actually, but he got them all right. But anyway, Earl, I guess that's it. I'll be in touch with you soon. Good luck, and I hope you have a great day and great week. Talk to you soon.
Wow.